football team coming out. From Victoria, Texas, weighing 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Pastor Ron. I'm not gonna lie, I am still broken by Manchester United. So I apologize if my energy is low today. I apologize if I'm not the most enthusiastic and lively. It's tough. It's tough to muster up energy and enthusiasm when your team constantly slaps you in the face and produces crap. So welcome to my podcast. Welcome to Game Day Gospel, where the two things I know about are God and sports. I want to thank God for giving me such sports knowledge and a high sports IQ. It's truly by His grace. So, so today's episode it's a continuation of our discussion about Manchester United. It's been a tough couple of days, and if you follow my last podcast, if you heard my last podcast, we sit here and we talk and I'm talking about the real fans, those who are objective and rational, those who really have their foot in reality, not the fanatics on the fringes that are just delusional, that all thing Man U is perfect, we are the best team, we're better than City, we're winning the Champions League, etc., etc. I'm talking about those who can watch the game and watch what's going on. And for our coach to come and tell us that in the first half the game plan was executed and things went well is delusional. Because if the game plan was so good in the first half, why didn't the results come about in the second half? Why do you have to bring on Mason Mount? Why do you have to do all these changes? Because the game plan has been executed. Why do you want to sit here and once again piss me off by sitting here and talk about penalties? I don't care, because penalty or no penalty, we are losing that game. Good call, bad call, we are losing that game. We have 11 goals this entire season. And in this span of 10 games, we played Sheffield United, we played Crystal Palace, we played Brentford, we played Burnley. Not juggernauts here, guys. 11 goals. Brighton. 11 freaking goals. But you want to talk about penalties. This is why this coach has to go. He's always making excuses for people. Not have a foot in reality. We had no chance. I went back to watch that game again. We had no chance. All that was for Man City was skill games. Ever go to FIFA and you're playing skill games, or you're playing Ultimate Team where you're like sitting here just exhibition? That's MLS All-Stars versus Arsenal. That's what that was yesterday. Practice ball, trying things out, missing on purpose, trying different things. Because if I watched that game sincerely, Man City was not good yesterday. Man City is right for his take. They did not play that well. It's either they're not that good for whatever reason, or it could be they didn't try too hard. To use another FIFA analogy, they didn't put their foot down. They sat there and played 30% the entire game, knowing that this team had no chance against them. We sat there and played like crap. A horrible game. No effort, no energy, no structure. And we sat there and we got slapped. And the coach wanted to tell me the game plan was executed by sitting here and having Johnny Evans and Maguire in the middle, by sitting in and having McTominay play a number 10 role. This guy scores 2 goals in one game, 3 goals in 2 games, and now he's our number 10. Get the frick out of here, bro. Stop playing with me, man. Are you kidding me, bro? Scott McTominay, bro. A number 10. When we spent all these M's on Mason Mount, who's on the bench, bro. Frick out of here, bro. Frick out of here. This guy, folks want to actually tell me this guy should be coach. It's not his fault. Dude does not know what he's doing. Go back to Ajax. Go back to the baby league. Coach those guys, bro. Sitting here waiting for Sancho to apologize. Well, you need Sancho right now. The coach does not know what he's doing. He doesn't get it. And it's disrespectful for this guy to come up to me talking about penalties and how the game plan was executed. What game were you watching, bro? What game were you watching? For you to sit here and tell me that the game plan. And by the way, can you tell me what is the game plan? What was the idea? Putting Bruno on the right. What's the idea? I know why he put Bruno on the right. Let me tell you why he put Bruno on the right. And it's simple pro clubs. Here's the issue. You sign Haaland, whatever that guy's name is, Rasmus. You sign this guy, 007, in the middle of the pitch, right? He's a guy that plays central. Right? And when you go to pro clubs and you set up pro clubs or you play FIFA tactics, you set up your team, he stays central. He's a central guy that works in the middle. So the best thing he needs is somebody on the outside, a winger, whipping in crosses and give him place to play. However, we have two wingers, Anthony and we have Marcus Rashford. Two guys that like playing in the middle. They like cutting in. So therefore, Rasmus has no place to play because you have the two wingers converging on him on the inside. So what this stupid coach does and says, all right, I got an idea. I signed a guy that was not a fit for the team that he plays. So what I'm going to do is to force him in by putting Bruno on the side with the hopes that Bruno can stay wide and bring in some crosses to give him a chance to succeed. How do you sign guys that don't fit your squad? Freaking hey, bro. How, guys? Meanwhile, we have Scotty freaking McTominay, the guy who was off the team in the summer, playing a number 10 role. Frick out of here, bro. Why? Because he scored a couple of goals. This coach is so reactionary. He's so amateur, bro. McTominay had no burn. The guy who practices all the entire time, you see him all the entire time. The only reason why McTominay is playing because he scored 3 goals in 2 games. That's the only reason why he's playing. That's it. You know, tell me this coach belongs here, bro? This guy can't run my pro club squad. He can't run the Shady Bunch. Bro, he can't run our team, bro. He's a dummy. He's a dunce, bro. But listen, that's the obvious. But I want to lay out 3 main steps to fix Manchester United. 3 steps. You know, the obvious one is to get rid of the coach. I've been saying this for at least 4 months. And can I be even more transparent, guys? If I keep it a buck, he was bad last year. The only reason why Manchester United got into a place of making the top 4, there's 2 reasons why we made it to the top 4 and why we actually had a competitive year last year. It's not because of the coach, family. It's because of Rashford, who went on a monster streak of scoring goals. Mind you, most of those goals were like 1-0 games. They were like games that were super close. They weren't like blowouts. If I look back at our record last year, our goal diff was not that crazy. I would say it'll be in the teens at the best. So a lot of 1-0, 2-1s, 3-2s were saved by Rashford because he went on a crazy streak. But in actuality, what he was doing was covering up this mess. And the other reason why, I've been, if you're an Arsenal fan, I've been saying this all last year. It was a weak league. Spurs had issues. Liverpool had issues with their midfield and their squad. Man City ain't played that hard throughout the season. The whole World Cup was last year as well. It was a weaker league. Brighton was trying to figure themselves out because they fired Harry Potter. Not fired, Harry Potter went to Chelsea. Chelsea had their own issues of trying to figure things out. It was a down league last year. The fact that Man U and Newcastle made it into the top 4 was not supposed to happen. The fact that Arsenal made it to second in the league, had a chance to win, was not supposed to happen. The league was weak. This year, Brighton has some talent and have a system. Chelsea is beginning to figure things out, though they lost this past weekend, but they have a decent coach now. Liverpool is doing their thing, and they hit on transfers, and they're playing well. Spurs are playing better. I'm not saying they'll keep this clip of being undefeated, but they're playing better. Arsenal is still playing well, but that was a weaker league last year. Even the mid teams like Villa, like West Ham, those guys are now finding things out and playing better. It's a weaker league. It's a weaker league last year. So those two factors allowed the issues of this coach, of this system, to be covered up. And I was saying throughout the whole year last year, I was not a Ten Hag guy. I'm not saying he's my coach. I said TBD. As a matter of fact, when I got into this year, I got clowned for this. I said, listen, I will take top 4 and maybe a trophy besides the Carabao. I don't expect us to be competing for a title. I didn't expect us to go far in the Champions League because I knew this coach was shaky and the team was shaky. My questions with this coach began. If you look back early in the season, we played Liverpool. And we won the game I think it was at Old Trafford. Yeah, because we got slapped in Anfield. We played Liverpool early in the year, and we sat there, and I think they were a man down, and we got up 2-0. They were a man down, I believe, and someone got sent. I forgot who it was. But then we beat them we were up 2-0. And we were up 2-0, and in the second half, Salah scores. And the game was 2-1, and that was the game that Bruno was being stupid and took the ball out the net. And when he took the ball out the net, and they called him a yellow card for taunting and playing dumb because he was wasting time that particular game. And I sat there and I told one of my friends, Flips, I said, listen, that game was a lot closer. Though they were a man down, they gave us a hard time. I was not celebrating. I was happy to win, happy to beat Liverpool, of course. But I was not saying that we were a better squad. It was a weaker squad at the time. And the fact that they were still super competitive on our pitch was a cause for concern. Fast forward later in the year, we play at Liverpool, they dropped 7 goals on us. Calm. We had freaking Gabco doing the Millie Rock. Come on, guys. We were out here looking crazy. We had Salah making Martinez do the heel to toe. Like, yo, bro, it was crazy. So ever since then, those series of matches had me sitting here and be like, I don't know about this coach yet. I don't know what he's doing. There's no style. The jury's still out. So coming into this year, I said this will be a good year to see what kind of coach we have. Teams have signed. There's some pressure on the team now. So let's see what goes on. We got his players in. So I don't want to hear how his players are not here, because I believe all of his signings are his guys. So I don't want to hear that. So ever since then, I thought the coach was not the guy. I said it, folks thought I was dumb. Man U is back. But I sit here and you watch the games. You analyze these games. You watch how we're winning against teams, how our style of play. We have no style. We haven't imposed our will. Look at Sheffield. The biggest issue is look at that game versus Sheffield, who Arsenal just slapped up with Eddie hitting a freaking hat trick. We needed a last-minute goal to win against those guys. Those guys played for the only time in this year, they felt comfortable playing 4 in the back against Man U. Rest of the game, they play 5 in the back. They were like, these guys are a joke. Let's play on our front foot. They gave us problems. A little bit more quality, they'll probably win that game. Same thing with Burnley. We needed a freaking volley by Bruno from a pass by Johnny Evans to win against Burnley, guys. Burnley. But that Sheffield United game, when you saw us struggle to win, Arsenal won 5-0, Newcastle beat them 8-0, guys, and we struggled to win, that is a microcosm of how crappy we are. We don't need all these transfers. So the first point I want to put, the first step we have to do is forget about the Glazers. Forget about the business side. Forget about who runs the squad, because that is not an excuse. We have to stop making excuses for this squad. That goes with players, that goes with coaching, that goes with trainers. The team gets paid. I haven't heard any money issues. I haven't heard that they got locked out of their field. They're sharing a field with a different squad. Their facilities are working. They are getting paid very, very well. Those deposits are hitting very, very well. So we have to get to a place of stop focusing on Glazers, on Ratcliffe, on Sheikh Mohammed. We have to focus on what's on the pitch. Because as long as we, as fans, podcasters, all these people in the media, we continue to make excuses for these players, they will sit there and rely on these excuses. It's one thing to say, you know what, a director of football will help us close the gap between Arsenal, between Man City, between Liverpool, between the Spurs. Because right now the Spurs are doing their thing. It'll be one thing to say that, right? That's fair. Getting that structure taken care of up there will allow us to close the gap between, honest, and I will keep on saying this on this podcast, this league is Liverpool, Man City, and everyone else. Some weeks is Arsenal, some weeks are the Spurs, some weeks are Chelsea when they play well, some weeks are this, there's always, that's what it is, bro. It's 2 great teams and a lot of good teams who are inconsistent. I know Arsenal fans gonna have their panties in a bunch. I don't care. It's the truth. No one expects you guys to win. I don't care how well you do against City. We know with their top team, you're not winning. No one takes you seriously, little Scooter. You're not a big dog. You're just like the Spurs. We're sitting here and waiting for the Spurs to sit there and lose. Guys are like Leicester. When Leicester went throughout that year, folks were just waiting for that time for them to fall out, and they never did. So that you can have a good year, a good run, that don't make you a quality squad when everyone's trying to emulate. So it's 2 teams. Everybody's trying to be Liverpool and Man City and everybody else. And then the rest, there's some mid-team table, there's some garbage teams, but they are the standard. So I think having better ownership and having better structure will help us get into that tier of soccer, the tier of EPL. But I also think we don't need, we have enough talent being led by the Glazers, being led by Ten Hag to beat Brighton. We got enough talent to slap up Sheffield United. So the Glazers are not why we're struggling. The Glazers are not why yesterday was actually skill games, exhibition from Manchester City. So we got to stop making excuses and stop focusing on ownership. That stuff will figure itself out. That stuff is important, but that is not the reason why the quality on the pitch sucks. It comes to the coaching, it comes to the players. The coach is the one that's supposed to sit here despite all the noise to rally his team and get his team in. But as a matter of fact, I really believe in my heart of hearts, he has lost his team. That the way he played Sancho after that, he played Sancho in the press after that Arsenal game has caused the team to abandon ship. I feel guys like Casemiro, like, this is a joke, but I'm getting paid well, so I'm gonna be quiet. I think Rashford, that's his boy. They be outside together. He probably felt some kind of way as to what he was doing. Bruno, he has no mind. He's a dummy. He doesn't care. But I think that has lost the squad. That has lost the squad. So we have to not focus on the Glazers. I will never blame the Glazers for anything. Again, they're the difference from us getting into that top tier squad. The ownership, the structure at Man City, at Liverpool is what's allowing them to strive so well. The reason why Arsenal is in the conversations, though they're not there yet, is because of the fact they have a better structure. Right? So we're sitting here and we're talking like this is we gotta fix that. I mean, and the only thing that I would blame the Glazers is that I don't think they're gonna fire this manager. Because as long as the team sucks and the manager's getting all the heat, it will take attention off of them and whatever shenanigans they're doing in the boardroom. So we gotta stop focusing on the Glazers and ownership. We got Gary Neville yesterday said the same thing. Oh, it's about shut up, bro. I don't know who makes you the Man U spokesman. You're a dummy, bro. Stop making excuses. Stop being don't be that guy, man. Don't be that guy to sit here and make excuses for this guy. The quality on the pitch sucks. We are a joke, bro. Because of our coaching, because of the players and the effort that's being put out there, this team is dead, bro. There's no bro, even though Anthony pisses me off, I like the fact he got on the pitch trying to hurt somebody. That's what he's supposed to try to do. Imagine, I hate to keep bringing back the pro clubs. If we're sitting here losing and you got a team doing skill moves against you, taking power shots out the box, best believe someone on my squad is taking a red card. Best believe. Before we quit the match, someone's getting a red card. Someone's getting a dirty tackle. This is how it is. So the effort there, and they're professional, they're getting paid for, but they ain't robots. They're sitting there and watching their coach that have no structure, a new plan a new structure every single week. It's not. They're like, I'm getting paid too much money for this. This guy's a joke. He's a dumb. I get paid more than he does. Why am I going to waste my time to listen to him? So I think it's crucial for us to understand that we gotta stop. It's not the ownership. Stop looking to ownership, because Ratcliffe will come. It's gonna be the same thing with the same coach. He'll get a sporting director come in and blah blah. And we're talking like Ratcliffe has had that much success over in France. I think OG Nice is nice for the first time this year. I think they're in first place, I believe, in League 1. So that is not the issue. The issue is a cultural one. Number two, change. Number two, this is a painful one, because I mentioned how last year we got into the top four pretty much because of one guy, and that's Marcus Rashford. I'll sell him. Get him out of here. Because what our issue is a cultural thing. And I think if we're able to sell him off while his value is at its highest it could be, we'll be able to sit here and recoup from that. I will call up PSG. I'll be like, hello, comment ça va? This is Manchester United. I know y'all wanted Matt. I know Mbappe wanted Rashford last year. He's available. 50 M's, 60 M's. Let's take him. 40 M's. I don't know what his value is. I don't know if it'll even be that much, to be honest with you. Yo, let's send him to France. Get him off the squad. Send a message to all the players that no one is bringing in the squad. Not only that, because we're at a point now, guys, let's talk about on the pitch. Rashford and Haaland can't play together. So are you going to sell off Haaland? Or are you going to be able to sell off Rashford? I get it. I get it. He saved y'all, made y'all into a top four squad, and blase, blah, blase, blah. I get it. But these two guys can't coexist on the pitch. They're both playing in the same area. And Rashford's not the kind of player that is going to be able to be on the wing and whip crosses in. And we have no left back, or Dalot a little bit. We have no left back to be on that side to bring in crosses. It's that simple. Like, I don't understand so the other alternative is play with two strikers, play a narrow striker 4-4-2, where you have two strikers in the middle and up top, Rashford and Haaland, but Rashford does not want to play striker. And also, can Haaland play with two strikers? He's used to being the number 9, the lone guy up front, and getting passes fed to him in the middle, having guys dribble into the middle and find them. He's good in the air of finding ways to get goal, but no one is giving him service outside of Dalot. Because you have either way, you have somebody trying to cross into the middle. Like, it's so dumb how we sign players that don't fit. Mason Mount, another guy that we signed, and I believe they thought he'll take Ericsson's spot as being the guy next to Casemiro, right? But then he could not play that deep. Pause. So he sat there and it didn't work. So at what point is someone doing some scouting, doing some film tape to see, yo, can this guy play where I want him to play? So you gotta sell Rashford, man. And you're talking to somebody that has defended Rashford. I'm a Rashford fan, but I think he is part of the issues. 716 minutes so far this year in the EPL. 1 goal, 1 assist. And it's crucial because he was with Fernandez, Anthony are the coach's favorites. He is the person that sits there, regardless of what he does. He is the coach's favorite. So he's at a place where, he plays bad, he starts. He comes to practice late. Oh, we're gonna punish Rashford. The guy sits for a half. You know why? Because it was 0-0. We needed a goal to win the game. Guys, like, getting rid of Rashford is tough in terms of a Man U guy. He grew up with the squad. He just got a new deal and all the endorsement. Because back to our first point with the Glazers, we're run like a business, and he's good for business. I think even all the bad news, him being in the papers about being drunk and being on yachts and blah, 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 is good for the papers. It's good for business. Guys out here buying Rashford jerseys, and they like that. So business side, he's good for business. Football side, it's not a fit. We need a winger that's gonna stay outside and pass the ball into the thing, or dribble the ball in and feed Haaland. He is our star signing. We gotta find a way to make it fit or get rid of him. Like, it's that simple. But how are we going to get rid of a guy we just signed and who's so young? And as much as he hasn't scored for us when it comes to the EPL, he's had 1 goal in Champions League play. As much as he has potential, and he has done, he's not producing. It's not a fit, so we got to fix it. We can't keep doing the same thing. We got to find a way to play. He is the most important player on our team right now. He's the youngest, most expensive. There's flashes of good play, but also there's no fit. And every single game he gets taken out. Not Rashford. Oh yeah, here's Eric Ten Hag. Oh yes, he can't play for all this time because he had all these issues with his back. He's trying to get some fitness, He's trying to get some fitness. That's been 2 months now. Why is he still not able to play a full game? Why can't he still see a full 90? Is there a different issue with this guy where because of his back he can't play a full 90? That better not be the issue, because, again, we got damaged goods. So we have to say that's the elephant in the room. It's kind of crazy. It may seem a bit radical, and it's a lot coming from me because Rashford's my guy. That's my guy, and I think if he goes to PSG, his career's gonna take off, bro. Out there with Killy, no pressure, just gotta chill. He's gonna be fine, bro. Look how he plays with the national team, bro. Look at the energy, enthusiasm he has. He don't smile on the pitch, bro. He's Debo. Bro, don't smile, don't interact with nobody. He's Debo at Old Trafford. because it's not working. So then that I think to me that's one of the big things we have to fix is being able to find a way to make this work for our wonder kid, our star boy, Rasmus. So we gotta get rid of Rashford. I would do that as soon as January. Get rid of the guy. I would sit him down, give him a game or two off. Not Carabao Cup games. I'm talking about EPL League games, big Champions League game. Have him sit down. Worst case, come off the bench. Because the best performance that we've had was the game that he and Bruno did not play. Granted, Crystal Palace did not play hard that game. But we also understand that in this game, we played well. There was some kind of structure, right? But, again, no pressure from Crystal Palace. Pretty much that was what happened yesterday with Man U versus Man City. But I think, thank you, Marcus. We appreciate what you've done. Tough to see you go, but it's about winning ball games because these two guys don't fit. And he does not want to change. He wants to play in his preferred position, which is cool. You can play in preferred position, but then we know y'all are going to struggle. What's the main difference between last year and this year? It's Haaland. Why is ever since Rashford came to Man U, why is it the place where strikers die? Because of the fact of Rashford. Number 9s don't do well. Freaking Rashford. He's a great player. He's one of the top 25, 30 players in the world right now, in my opinion. But it's not working. The system is not working. So it's crucial for us to understand what the issue is and us fixing it, and he has to go. It's not a good fit. So I think that's the best way to do it. Number 3, we got to figure out what we're doing with Bruno. Bruno and Rashford are examples of our issue. Rashford, because of his entitlement and him being a prominent guy and not being a fit. The issue with Bruno's our captain. And Bruno has no right to be our captain. The constant pouting and crying and complaining is not the behavior of a captain. And I will get rid of Bruno. I think if we get rid of Bruno, if we get rid of Rashford, two our most high-profile guys, that will be us beginning to start over. That will be us trying to find a way to get these guys to get to a place where our team does different. I will get rid of Bruno. Okay, if those of you are like, oh, that's crazy, what does Bruno add to the team? Assists? What does Bruno really add? Effort? Tackles? Goals? What does he add to the team? Every pass, he's a step too late. And again, just like pro clubs, you take an extra touch, that window closes. He's always a step behind. He's always not doing things the right way. He leads the league in cries and tears and complaining. He's a great, listen, and it's not saying that he's not a great player. He's one of the top forwards in the world, top midfielders in the world right now. But he's not a fit. We need a culture change. We need something to change the culture at Old Trafford. And this will be something that an owner can't fix. It has to change on the pitch. Start the young guys. Take out Rashford, start Garnacho. He plays every game anyway. Take out Bruno, I don't care. Start Mount. Start Van der Beek, who's on 175 a week, but can't get a play even on Carabao Cup. That's your guy, coach. That's your boy. You freaking dunce. Freaking dummy. That's your guy. Can't sniff the pitch. Play Van der Beek. Oh, what happened to Hannibal? was the guy a couple of weeks back against Brighton and started against Palace. What happened? What happened to him? You can't have a guy play 1 or 2 games, a game and a half, and then when they make a mistake, they're gone forever. I'm about to lose it, bro. You can't. This is not coaching, bro. I can't put a guy on the pitch for a game. I don't think Hannibal has played 90 minutes combined in the league. He played 20 minutes against Brighton and a half against Palace. And I ain't see that guy since. But you try on Ratface. You try on Splinter every single game. He is our captain. Go shut up, bro. Make me curse, man. I can't take this, bro. Something has to change. We have to get this coach out. We got to stop focusing on freaking the Glazers and all that other crap. The issue is not the Glazers in this case. The issue is the team. We have to get rid of Rashford. We have to get rid of Bruno because these guys are holding up spots on the pitch. And when you get rid of these guys, you can get your kind of players in here. When you get rid of these guys, you can play some of these young guys to see what they really have. It can't get any worse than what's been on this pitch now. It can't, bro. And those of you guys who are out there, I listen to podcasts, watch you on YouTube saying that Ten Hag's the problem. We got one chick, I don't know what her damn name is. Oh, Arteta finished 8th 2 straight years. So why are we giving up on this coach? When Arteta was there for those 8 and those 2 straight years, there was a plan. There was direction. There was some structure. There was some vision. We don't have that right now, dummy. Do y'all recall last year when he sat here and begged Frankie de Jong to join the team and for him to say, I don't want to play for the squad anymore, telling him to kick rocks? He knew his old coach was trash. If he believed in this genius, this savant, he'll be running to play with his boy. But he knew the boy was trash. We should have listened to him. So I don't want to hear that he has no input. Every coach has input. Every coach wants their guys. So stop it. He's gotten more of his guys than most other players, other coaches. But you know what? I'm done, man. I got a headache. If I continue, I'll probably have a heart attack. Thank you for listening, man. Thank you for watching if you're on Spotify. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok, on Twitter. Please show some love, man. It means a lot, man. I'm trying to get this to grow. Thank you for all the listeners, man. It's really, really been popping, man, and I appreciate it. But I don't know. I'm done. I don't have it. I don't have it anymore to fight this guy, bro. I don't have it anymore to fight this squad. I'll be back watching on Wednesday. I'll be back watching on this weekend and watch what goes on. So I mean, it's just that's what goes on. I'm at a loss for words because I'm just at a loss for words for what's going on with this squad. But I wanted to share how we can fix this squad and fix this culture, fix what's going on. Play the young guys. Get the coach out of here. Get those 2 divas out of here and play the young guys. That's it. That's it. You're going to tell me this coach is going to sit here and start Maguire and Evans and come to find out that Varane is not even hurt? It's a style of play. What style of play are you trying to play with Evans and Maguire? Bro, please tell me. You stupid dummy. All right, guys. Thank you for listening, man. God bless you guys.